and Pedagogy. I take this opportunity to welcome Gitika ma'am, Principal of JSS Public School HSR, who is also the lead collaborator of HOL KK 1175. I would like to welcome our beloved Principal ma'am, Mrs. Anupama Ramchandra, who is a constant source of motivation and guidance for us. I would also like to welcome Mrs. Veena Anil ma'am, Principal of Diya Academy of Learning, Reverend Sister Shaibi, Principal of Assisi School, and Mrs. Mahalakshmi ma'am, Principal of Saint Sophia Convent High School. I can proudly say HOL KK 1175 is a dynamic hub and comprises of 5 schools. Last year, we had organized Utkarsh, a series of competition for the students of grades 5 to 10, keeping in mind the collaboration between the students of Uttarakhand and Karnataka as per the guidelines given by CBSE. After the huge success of Utkarsh, this year we have organized VIDYASHAKTHI, which focuses on sharing the best practices of our hub schools with the teachers. This 4-day workshop session included collaboration, cooperation, teamwork, planning, and execution with the teachers of our member schools. We will start the session with the lighting of the lamp.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
Now, I request our Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Anupama Ramchandra, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Soumya, and a very, very good morning to all the participants, all the fellow principals who are present here this morning for the final session on our collaborative project this year through our hubs of learning KK 1175. So like Soumya has already said, KK 1175 has been one of the most active hubs, not only in the city of Bangalore, but I think even in the entire country. CBSE envisioned hubs of learning to bring together schools of a particular city to collaborate and communicate with each other so that the innovative strategies or the strategies which are put forth by CBSE are better implemented in all the schools. So to put across what I said in very simple words, they meant for all the member schools of the hub to be helping each other so that all of us are moving towards success. So in this direction, from the time our hub has been constituted, we have been very successful in realizing the goal of CBSE. Now, this program called VIDYASHAKTHI, such a powerful name, I would say, for a beautiful program where we all believe as educators that only education gives the power for change. And we also believe that all changes begin with change in the way educators think. With this thought in mind, VIDYASHAKTHI was envisioned, and I must say very modestly that this has been a huge success. We have been able to not only identify potential in our schools, but we have been able to exchange information and collaborate so that we are able to follow each other's best practices. I'm reminded of a quote by Susie Boss in one of her speeches on how to bring innovation into schools, where she says, and I quote, "The first step in teaching students to innovate in is making sure that educators have opportunities to be innovators themselves," unquote. So this is exactly what has happened. We have ignited the minds of educators to think about innovative pedagogy, design thinking, how to bring in design thinking even in early childhood years, art integration, experiential learning, and many such progressive topics. In general, most of the schools, what do we teach? I know you'll be saying we teach lessons and the curriculum, but I would like to believe that in most schools, we like to teach children compliance. We like to tell them that this is how it is done in this school. This is how CBSE expects you to write answers. This is how you should write if you want maximum marks. Well, my dear educators, it is good to teach them compliance because the society would be a very chaotic place if we did not comply with the rules and regulations. But in education, there is an exception that if you are going to teach the children strictly compliance, there will be no creativity, there will be no critical thinking, and of course, there will be no innovation. So you have to balance between compliance and innovation so that our children not only do well in their examinations, which is of course very, very important. We cannot stray away from that. But at the same time, you are encouraging children to be innovative thinkers. This program is going to eventually empower students because we are trying to empower teachers to be self-directed, responsible, and also promote critical thinking. From times immemorial, curiosity has always been correlated with intelligence, right? Whenever we see a child who is very curious, although we like to term the child as hyperactive, we all know that the child is intelligent in some discipline. If you kind of observe the child closely, you'll know that the child is actually above average in some discipline. So curiosity and intelligence are always correlated. So let us keep this in our mind. And instead of always asking the questions, what should we do more? This is a question that I also ask myself as a teacher, as an administrator. I think we have to move away from this question of what should we do more and always keep asking ourselves, how can we be more thoughtful and mindful about what we do? So warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Delhi Public School Electronic City and all our member schools. And I hope that this session on innovative pedagogy will ignite a spark in your mind to try out something innovative in your discipline, in your school, and make our classrooms and schools a happier place. Because the ultimate vision or goal of all educational endeavors is to make a human being happy. So if we are able to create happy children, happy teachers, happy parents, and eventually happy schools and happy communities, I think our efforts will have a goal and it will be worthwhile. All the best to all the participants. I'm going to be here listening to all of you. And I hope that this is just the beginning of innovative revolution in our schools. And we see that in 2022-23, all of you are doing things differently, innovatively. Thank you all once again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your words of motivation and encouragement. Innovative pedagogy is creating an element of curiosity, encouraging students to ask questions and search for the answers collaboratively. This creates an environment to provide ample time to the students to think, act, repeat, and innovate. Starting from what the students already know and making the entire teaching learning process enjoyable. The most common thoughts that comes to a teacher's mind before she prepares for the class, and I'm sure all of you will agree to this. How can I engage my students effectively so that they are not bored after 20 minutes of the class? How can I be more innovative in my classroom? What are the characteristics of an innovative teacher? These are the thoughts which comes to our mind repeatedly. Today, we the teachers from Assisi School, DPS Electronic City, and St. Sophia Convent High School will be sharing with you all some of the innovative pedagogy practices that we have tried and implemented in our respective schools. We have divided the topic into three segments. In the first segment, we will be covering digital learning. In the second, innovative assessment. And finally, project based learning. Now, I request Dipali ma'am to present us with her topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Soumya ma'am. Very good morning to each one of you. My name is Dipali Agre. I'm an English teacher for grade 1 and 2 in Delhi Public School, Electronic City. As we know, digital learning has actually brought a traditional learning and technology together. So with the help of digital learning, the process of learning has not been stopped, but also enhanced during the pandemic. Now, with that in mind, I would like to share the objectives of teaching naming words with the help of digital learning. Now, here it will create interest in learning naming words. Students will be able to categorize the types of nouns like name of a person, name of a place, name of a thing, and name of an animal. It will also help them to improve their learning, speaking, writing, and reading skills. And the most important, they'll be able to apply or comprehend the naming words. They'll be able to identify the naming words in a sentence. Now the procedure would be, I would be showing them pictures on the screen and also ask them to look around for different things and name them. The students will be naming few things. Then I'll tell them that things which can be seen, felt or touched has a name. And it is called as naming word. So everything which you can see, feel has a name and it is naming word. And along with that, I'll be playing a video on nouns or naming word. Then I'll be showing them few pictures. Like I'll show a picture of mother and ask them that what is it? The student will identify it's a mother. So it is a name of a person. Then I'll show a picture of cat. It is a name of an animal. Then a picture of a bag, which is a name of a thing. And last, a marketplace. So it will be a name of a place. Hence, the children will be able to identify and categorize the naming words. Now, the process will be, I'll be making Google Classrooms so that, the notes can be exchanged. I'll be giving them word wall option and live worksheet so that they can have a lot of practice. And again, we'll show them few more videos on naming words. This is how a live worksheet looks. So the child will be able to identify this is a person. So the child has to go and click on person. The next is a picture of animal. The child will go and click on animal. And these are the links of live worksheet and the YouTube link. And this is how a word wall looks. And this is a link for the word wall where it is a, they'll just in the word wall, there will be a name coming up, grandma. So the child needs to find out whether it's a name of a thing, place, person or bird. And the child will click on person. So here the child is getting a lot of practice. Next time. Now, this is the feedback. This is the live worksheet done by a child that the child had to match the name of an animal, place, thing, and a person. And this is the word wall result of 32 students. Thank you, Hawk, for giving this opportunity to me. Now I would like Soumya ma'am to please take over. Thank you.
Thank you, Dipali ma'am. Good morning, everyone, once again. I'm Soumya Shaji, and I will be sharing with you all today about a digital learning tool called PhET simulations. This can be used by the teachers of science and mathematics. The topic that I have taken is pH, which can be used, which is dealt generally in grade 10. Now, the objectives of this module is to determine if a solution is acidic, basic, or neutral in nature, how to place the acids or bases in their order of relative acidity or basicity, and finally, students will be able to relate that how pH gets affected with dilution. So I would like to show you the step-by-step illustration of this experiment, and the link is given here on the screen. So as you type in Google FET, it will take you to the page of FET, and you can try out this particular activity or demonstration. So when the teacher begins the class after explaining the concept, you can see initially the beaker is empty, and we can start with our first sample, that is water. So pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, and 7 indicates that if the sample is neutral in nature, and we all know that water is neutral, that's why we are able to drink it, right? So there is a pointer given. Once you fill the sample in the beaker, if you bring the pointer to the sample, you all can see it in the screen. It shows or detects the pH as 7, which indicates that water is neutral in nature. This is one example. Now, moving on to the next example, instead of water, if you take orange juice, for example. Now, orange juice we know contains acid, citric acid, therefore it should be acidic in nature. And if the sample is acidic in nature, then it should fall in the range of 0 to 7 in the pH scale. So once you bring the pointer to the sample, you can see the pH detected is 3.5, which indicates that orange juice is acidic in nature. Now, the next part of the module is that how can you relate it with dilution, right? So now orange juice is there. It's like a pure orange juice that we have, and the pH detected is 3.5. So if you add water to it, so in chemistry, adding water is nothing but dilution. So you can see the pH has changed now from 3.5, the pH has gone to 4.09, which indicates that the juice is not acidic anymore, or the intensity of acidic nature has gone down. As a result, the pH has gone up, means it's coming closer to becoming neutral. So if you go on adding more and more water, ultimately the acidic content will be very, very less in that sample. So this way, you can explain how acidity or basicity will change with dilution. Now let us wind up with one last example. Instead of orange juice, let us take the sample of, say, hand soap. Now we all know soaps are bases. Bases are bitter in taste. Bases are basic, but this is theoretical. So how will you test it? Again, you can use this digital learning tool. You bring the pointer back again on the sample. And if something is a base in nature, then the pH should fall in the range of 7 to 14. And the pH detected here is 10, which clearly indicates that it is basic in nature, right? So with this, the teacher can demonstrate the entire topic, and children can try it out at home, which will give them also a nice hands-on experiment. Now, since we are working more on digital tool, this will help them and make them feel connected, and our classroom would be interactive and more engaging. And this is just one example that I have taken. There are many examples, many different topics which this particular tool gives, like you can use it for grade 11, 12. And I would just like to share the feedback which the children have given. As you can see, it's a very interactive module to understand practical chemistry. They got the basics clear about the effect of dilution on pH, tried fet.com at home and found it very engaging to work on the new concepts. So they don't stop there just with pH, because there are so many other topics which they would have studied, and they can definitely work on those other topics also. Like I have used it for explaining about VSEPR in grade 11, explaining about diffusion of gases in grade 11. So there are multiple topics, and it's very interesting. So this was all from my side. Thank you, Hub, for giving me this opportunity to present. Now I would like to welcome Mr. Claret sir from Assisi School to present his topic. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, madam. Good morning, all. I am DJ Claret from Assisi School. Would love to share my experience, which I practiced and practicing in digital learning platform. Since I am a computer science teacher, I'm handling various classes. So it is very much helpful for me as well as for the students to learn easy and interact with me also. And they are immediately, they can apply whatever they learned through the digital learning platform. For that, I have chosen the topic HTML. Everybody knows HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and which is very easy to learn and code. It doesn't require more coding knowledge. So everything will be in the form of English alphabet, and the browser will interrupt. So similarly, what we are doing with the MS Word, if you want to make it any word or text in bold, then how we will do? We will press Control plus D, then it will automatically bold the particular text or word. So in HTML also, if we want to make any word or anything, we want to make it bold or italics, underline or headings. There are different 6 headings are there. Everything we want, then we have to put H1, H2, H3, H4, and within the angle brackets, less than symbol or greater than symbol. Then the browser will interrupt according to that, and it will display everything on the browser website or internet. So, and also this is very, very easy. The students also love everything and what they learned, and they are immediately try to do, and it will help to create their own web page as well as a commercial purpose also. If they know something, then they are able to create the commercial purpose web pages also. So for every computer programming, there is a structure. So without structure, the programming will not work. For similarly, HTML has also its own structure. HTML will have everything will be considered as the tags or elements. It has HTML is the root tag, within that heading tag, title tag, and body tag. So which will body is the tag which contains all the detailed information of the content of the particular web page. Please next slide. Now, the materials which are required to create a simple HTML to complex HTML, so nothing, maybe everybody has a computer or laptop with them. And there is one more thing is required, a text editor, which we can type all the HTML coding. The next one, to run the HTML coding, we need a browser, whatever the browser, it might be a Chrome or Firefox or whatever it may be. So that is enough for all these things. And this is the first HTML program which I executed and which I explained the students. So where the heading tag will be and where is the title tag will come. Whatever we have written in between the title tag, I am the title, and in the body, hello, I am the body. So I explain where it would appear. Then they are easy to understand. After creating this coding with the help of any form of text editors, we have to save the HTML coding. So how can we save the HTML coding? I explain them. So all the every file in computer has some dot extension. Similarly, HTML has also its own dot extension, file name .html. After creating successfully saving the HTML file, then the next step, we need a browser to run the HTML file which we have created. So we have to go to the browser and we have to open the HTML file. Then whatever is inside the HTML coding will be interpreted by the browser and it will display. So here you are able to see where the title has come. Title is the title of the web page, and the body is the content of the particular web page. I have given only simple example, and I explained lots of examples to the students, and they are immediately caught and catch whatever I taught, and they are trying to do themselves. And with the help of this digital learning platform, they experience a lot. That is, it helps them experiential learning. So ability to immediately apply the knowledge what I taught or what we taught in the form of digital learning. They will go and they will apply at their home, and access to real-time coaching and feedback. So it is a real-time coaching which helps the students to get the real-time coaching, as well as we can also get the feedback from the students. Promotion of teamwork and communication skills. So we can divide the students into two. So how the corporate companies, the software engineers are being divided into teamwork, and they are asked, then they can develop their communication skill and the development of reflective practice habits. So whatever now our aim is, CBSE aim is, we have to make the students think out of box. So whatever in this way, if we are giving the digital learning or any innovative practice, then the students will come with some innovative ideas, and one student can reflect what is in his mind or in her mind with others, and the other student will come out with these or in her reflective ideas, and he will reflect, and so based upon this, they can reflect whatever they have in there. So that's why it leads to reflective practice habits, and accomplishments are obvious. So whatever they achieved, they are very much proud, and they will be very much eager, and they will be very proud of that whatever they have achieved with this. Some of my students here have created their own websites with whatever they have learned through the digital learning platform. This is one of my students who has created. So many have created. Just I wanted to list out only a few students who have created very enthusiastic screenshot of everything. And this is another student, Nitin's, and the one and next student, one more Yugdi. She has sent her web page how she has created, and the screenshot is being taken. And finally, so I got the feedback from both. This is also one of the student. She has also created, and one more student who has created with the forms. He has created forms with the help of the HTML tags. So this is the form which we can use for online application entry, or whatever the entry, whatever we want to create. We are able to create with the help of the form and the help of HTML. Please next slide, madam. Next slide, please. Okay, this is also a form which is also being created by the students only, and I have received tremendous feedback, not only from the students but their parents also. Some of the feedbacks only I have displayed. Sri Vishnu says I can understand easily. Now I am able to. Next slide, madam. Excuse me. Soumya, madam. Okay. So Sri Vishnu has told about that I can understand easily now. And one more, Nitin's father has also come out with the feedback. Digital presentation environment helps my son to enhance the subject knowledge in a visualized form. So these are all tremendous response when I started off teaching my lessons or whatever the subjects through the digital learning platform in a lively manner. They are very much attentive, and they are very much eager to understand, and they are very much eager to observe what they wanted to learn, and they are immediately applied at their home. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to share my experience and practice which I have practiced and I am practicing. Thank you once again. Now over to Nisha madam. I request Nisha madam to share her presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Nisha Tomar. I am a Hindi teacher. I am from DPS Electronic City. Today, I am going to present on digital learning and how we are using it in our school every day. I will share some examples and tools of digital learning and how we use it to encourage our kids to participate in our classroom. I will be share my topic. It's Sankhya, naming words, to how we make it more interactive. And ma'am, next slide. मैंने पहले बच्चों को मेरा टॉपिक है संज्ञा. मैंने पहले बच्चों को ये पिक्चर दिखाई. इस चित्र के माध्यम से बच्चों को पूछा मोर इंटरैक्टिव क्लास को बनाने के लिए कि आपको इस चित्र में क्या क्या दिखाई दे रहा है. बच्चों ने बहुत इंटरेस्ट के साथ इसमें पार्टिसिपेट किया और बच्चों ने बताना शुरू किया. मैम परी, मैम दादाजी, मैम झूला, फूल, पेड़, बर्ड, चिड़िया, कौवा, फ्रूट्स और गेम. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मैम. उसके बाद मैंने बच्चों को बताया कि जो भी आपने आंसर्स दिए, जो जो ऑब्जेक्ट आपको लाइव क्लासरूम में दिखाई दिए, ये बिल्कुल ठीक है. और ये सब क्या है? फिर मैंने बच्चों से पूछा ये सब आपको क्या दिख रहा है? तो बच्चों ने बोला मैम ये सब ऑब्जेक्ट्स हैं. नेक्स्ट मैम. इसके बाद मैंने पूछा आपका फेवरेट पर्सन, थिंग, प्लेस क्या क्या है? फिर बच्चों ने बोला, किसी बच्चे ने बोला मैम मेरी मम्मी फेवरेट है. कुछ बच्चों ने बोला मैम क्रिकेटर विराट कोहली मेरा फेवरेट है. कुछ बच्चों ने बोला मेरे फादर. कुछ बच्चों ने बोला पुलिसमैन. मैम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. फिर कुछ बच्चों ने बोला मैम जो फेवरेट थिंग्स है मेरी मोबाइल है. कुछ बच्चों ने बोला मैम पेंसिल है. कुछ बच्चों ने आंसर किया मैम मेरा टीवी है. कुछ बच्चे अपना जूस का ग्लास दिखाकर अपनी तरफ से मोर इंटरैक्टिव जो ग्रेड 1 और 2 के बच्चे अपनी तरफ से इसको आंसर दे रहे थे। नेक्स्ट मैम। उसके बाद मैंने पूछा बच्चों को आपका फेवरेट प्लेस क्या है। कुछ बच्चों ने बोला दादी का घर, कुछ ने बोला मैम बैंगलोर, कुछ ने बोला केरला, कुछ ने बोला स्कूल, कुछ बोल रहे हैं मैम शॉपिंग मॉल्स। तो ये सब हमारे बच्चों की तरफ से फीडबैक आए और आंसर्स आए, और ये सब हमारे प्लेस के एग्जाम्पल्स थे। उसके बाद फिर एनिमल्स का पूछा, आपका फेवरेट एनिमल क्या है। बच्चों ने बोला मैम मेरे घर में शेरू है, मैम मेरे घर में शेरू उनके पेट का नेम है, तो पेट का नेम बोला। कुछ बच्चे शेर को बोल रहे हैं, कुछ बच्चे जिराफ को बोल रहे हैं। फेवरेट बर्ड, जिसके घर में कोई भी बर्ड पेट है तो बच्चों ने उनका नाम लिया कि मैम ये मेरा फेवरेट पक्षी है। कुछ बच्चों ने पिक्चर्स को देखकर बोला। मोर इंटरैक्टिव बनाने के लिए हमने ये टेक्निक यूज की। कुछ बच्चों ने बोला मैम पीकॉक है, कुछ बच्चे बोल रहे हैं मैम पैरेट है। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मैम। उसके बाद फिर मैंने पूछा अच्छा फीलिंग्स में आपको सबसे अच्छी फीलिंग आपको क्या लगती है। तो बच्चों ने बोला मैम हैप्पीनेस, मैम प्लेइंग टाइम। तो फिर मैंने उनको दिखाया वेरी गुड, वेरी नाइस। कभी कभी हम टायर्ड होती है, वो भी हमारी फीलिंग है। जब हम बहुत ज्यादा खुश होते हैं वो भी हमारी फीलिंग है। मेहनत करना, हार्ड वर्क करना भी हमारी फीलिंग है। ये सब हमारी फीलिंग्स के एग्जाम्पल्स हैं। थैंक यू मैम। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। नाउ आफ्टर दैट मैंने फिर बच्चों को फिर से एक और स्लाइड दिखाई। इसमें बच्चों को पूछा आपको इस स्लाइड में क्या क्या दिख रहा है बच्चों। तो बच्चों ने बताना स्टार्ट किया। मैम कुछ बच्चे बोल रहे हैं मैम आदमी है, कुछ बोल रहे हैं लड़का है, तो कुछ बोल रहे हैं मैम पर्सन है। फिर बच्चों ने बोला एनिमल है मैम जिराफ है। फिर थिंग्स है, पेन है, पेंसिल है, मैम इट्स इलेक्ट्रिक आइटम। कुछ बच्चों ने बोला प्लेस में मैम स्कूल है, मैम मॉल है, मैम चर्च है। और फिर कुछ बच्चों ने, एक या दो बच्चों ने फीलिंग रीड किया। तो फिर मैंने उनको इसकी संज्ञा की परिभाषा डिफाइन की। संज्ञा क्या है? किसी व्यक्ति, मतलब कोई भी पर्सन, कोई पशु या पक्षी, वस्तु, स्थान या भाव के नाम को हम संज्ञा कहते हैं। नेक्स्ट स्लाइड मैम। उसके बाद फिर जो हम टूल्स अपनी क्लास में मैक्सिमम यूज करते हैं ये सब पढ़ाने के बाद, लाइव वर्कशीट, अपना कूहुट और अपना वीडियो लिंक, ये सब हमने दिखाया। और फिर उसके बाद मैंने बच्चों को ये एक वर्कशीट प्रैक्टिस के लिए दी। बच्चों ने इसमें मैंने बच्चों को पूछा कि बेटा आपको इस पिक्चर में क्या क्या दिख रहा है। कुछ बच्चे बोल रहे हैं मैम हॉट कॉफी, कुछ बोल रहे हैं चाय है, कुछ बच्चे बोल रहे हैं मैम कुछ तो हॉट है। फिर ये पूछा ये क्या है। फर्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट पिक्चर्स दिखाने के बाद बच्चों ने आंसर दिया, और इमीडिएटली कुछ बच्चों ने आंसर चैट बॉक्स में देना स्टार्ट कर दिया कि मैम फर्स्ट का आंसर चाय है या कॉफी है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर हमने हेल्प बॉक्स भी दिया है। और हम इसको जब लाइव वर्कशीट में करते हैं तो हम इसको ड्रैग करके भी बच्चों को इधर उधर करना सिखाते हैं, और बच्चे इसको बहुत इंटरेस्ट के साथ इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करते हैं। फिर बच्चों ने बोला जादूगर है, आम है, और घर है, तोता है या बर्ड है, चिड़िया है। तो ये सब, फिर मैंने पूछा अच्छा ये सब क्या है। बच्चों ने बोला मैम ये सब हमारे संज्ञा की नेमिंग वर्ड्स के वर्ड्स हैं और एग्जाम्पल्स हैं। नेक्स्ट मैम। नाउ उसके बाद मैंने एक और उनको लाइव वर्कशीट दी, और हम क्विज के थ्रू भी ये सब कर सकते हैं और करते हैं क्लास में, पोलिंग ऑप्शन के थ्रू भी करते हैं। तो फिर मैंने बच्चों को ये वाली पिक्चर शो की और उनको पूछा आप इसमें से जो भी आपको संज्ञा शब्द दिख रहे हैं आप उसको कलर करो। नेक्स्ट मैम। तो बच्चों ने बहुत इंटरेस्ट के साथ इमीडिएटली चैट बॉक्स में दिखाना शुरू किया और आंसर देना स्टार्ट किया। मैम गांधी जी, मैम कुर्सी, मैम शेर, गांव, और राम, चिड़िया और आगरा। ऐसे बच्चों ने इस टॉपिक में जो जो टूल्स मैंने यूज किए बच्चों ने बहुत इंटरेस्ट लिया, और बच्चों का फीडबैक बहुत अच्छा आया। और पढ़ाने के बाद ऑनेस्टली टीचर्स को भी बहुत अच्छा लगता है जब मोर इंटरैक्टिव होता है और बच्चे आंसर्स देते हैं। थैंक यू टू हब। एंड नाउ आई टेक दर्शनी मैम। थैंक यू सो मच।
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sira. Innovative assessment, mathematics, pertaining 1 and 2. The word innovative, it means creative, something new, different. Everybody is judgy, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, live its whole life believing stupid. Sometimes it happens. Here comes the need of innovation. They are defines a modern classroom. Assessments have different purpose during and after teaching. Crucial information about what understood and assessment is to give relevant performance or progress teacher to determine interest of the student and judge process. We can reflect on level of achievement. We can also customize their plans. So consistent and effective use of such innovative removes the fear of getting the final grades. It also removes the fear of exams, the fear in children, by doing such innovative things. Yeah, we have a lot of innovative assessments in our offline as well as I'm going to show you some of the methods which I have in the first one, like group discussion. Children enjoy this a lot. They get to sit with their friends and they present all the ideas, collect the ideas, present it beautifully. Speaking skills and with a lot of confidence. This is very effective with the students who have in speaking up. They are shy students. Participating in classroom polls as they get to participate along with their classmates. Hand signal and response cards. Usually we use them to rate understanding concept, the rate how much child has understood. Children are free to use flashcards as and when they get doubts. Quizzes, live worksheets, Kahoot, and many mathematical games have been conducted in our online classes. Especially quizzes is a super hit in our classes. These actually allow teachers to create a lot of interaction worksheets. Interaction session is conducted. Live worksheets and especially the quizzes. Quizzes is children will like it a lot because they get to wrong questions, which actually they do not get during their final assessments. They can redo the quiz and again till they get 100% results. Of happiness in children that yes, after the third attempt or fourth attempt, I am able to attempt all the questions correctly. Next. Yeah. Active extension projects. We allow the children to design, ask them to use a lot of things which are surrounding themselves at home. They create their own sum, they create their own story. They can use many objects which are surrounding present at home and create a lot of sums related to the different concepts, subtraction, addition, or multiplication. They like this because they get a hands-on experience actually are to apply these mathematical concepts situation. The learning outcome was amazing. Students actually built a self-help skills in them. They never stopped. They always to try something new. They didn't want to give up. And they got a lot of confidence and a sense of belongingness came in them. Their feelings freely and talk with the teachers freely. The parents was amazing. Parents actually felt very happy when we conducted such kinds of innovative assessments in the class. They say the students inspired to embrace their mistakes They were not hesitant. They were not scared to accept their mistakes. They tried and they got of confidence. They rectified their mistakes and presented it. Students were able to think out of the box and were able to understand all the concept taught, and they were able to apply in their daily life situations. Thank you, all the members of Hub, for giving me this opportunity of presenting my innovative assessment practices in my class. Now I would like to welcome Kavita ma'am. Again, she will be telling you more innovative practices. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyadashni ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Kavita, and today I am going to share about innovative assessment. And I am from DPS Electronic City. So here again, with what Priyadashni ma'am said, I'm going to continue further with what are the strategies and assessments which we have followed. So starting with first one, that is analyzing students' work. So analyzing students' work, so that comes notebook work and test, quizzes, Kahoot, live worksheets. So we have explored all these things in our online classrooms, which was really a super hit, as ma'am said. So quizzes, actually as a teacher, we got the instant feedback about the students' understanding. So we were able to track which question went wrong, and we were able to rectify our teaching strategies to make them understand better. Ma'am, next slide. So you could see here what we have done. So also we had the opportunity to share the screen, and we were able to show them what went wrong and where have they done the mistake. And it was like instant. So it was really helpful, and the kids really enjoyed this strategies. Next slide, ma'am. So next one is strategic questioning. So as we know, when we ask children direct questions, 2 + 3, they give the answer 5. But if I twist the question, we can see our students are struggling. So what we do is we just give them hands-on experience. We gave them the cubes, we gave them the blocks to explore more on it. What would happen, how it will happen, why do we find this kind of questions we have instilled in them, which have helped them to think in a better way for the higher order thinking skills questions. So also we have given them this happened offline as well as online. So you can see that. So we had a multiplication activity also. The next one was think, pair, share. So here we have given the students the opportunity to create their own questions. So really they enjoyed this when it was offline as well as online. So they used to create their own. The ma'am, I had 5 chocolates, they have taken away 3. So what is he left with? So this kind of engagement with students was well observed with this think, pair, and share. Next is classroom polls. So in our entire platform, we have this polling option. So where we used to get the poll option, and it was also showing us that how much percent was correct, how much percent accuracy was there, which child gave the wrong answer. So immediately we could track the child, and we could immediately give the feedback to the child that you have gone wrong over here. The answer was wrong for this reason. Next is checking response after learning. So now recently we had the measurement chapter, and I just asked the children to just go to the kitchen and observe the groceries and bring some packets of biscuit and whatever is there, go and get it and observe what are the units on that packets and all. So they came up with that. And they said, ma'am, here I could see ml, there here I could see g, grams. So this was checking response after learning. And like, what did you learn today? What was that something you were not knowing and now you are knowing it? And that which are the topics that have surprised you? So they were so surprised, they all bought everything from their house and they were showing near the camera. Ma'am, see, I could see ml over here. They brought the medicine bottles, water bottles, writing L over there, liters. So this is one of the useful strategies. I felt that after my teaching, my kids have understood the content and they were able to relate with the day-to-day life experience. Then is the creative extension projects. So when we share them to do the projects, I get really surprised by seeing their projects. It's all the creativity which comes out. So we never expected the child would do like this for shapes and we gave the activity for shapes, and I could see the different, these are only few examples. So they have come up with so innovative and creative ideas. So this has helped them to think creatively. Then we have misconception check. So this is like a data error analysis. So I purposely, we put in the wrong question and we will ask them, spot the mistake, and they will say, ma'am, and we will also ask why it has went wrong. So they were able to identify that, ma'am, we should not write 10 over here. It is one's place. So they were able to relate this with their understanding. So this misconception check was also a best way to, I felt that was the best way to assess them, and also to assess myself that how my children have understood the topic. Then also we have shared interactive worksheets. So that was integration of art and other subjects. So when we have shared this online, offline, it happens. So when we shared this, so we got the feedback from the parents, my child liked this, and they were learning as well as they were drawing, and they were able to make out, okay, if I give the number 25, so 25 is written on the top of the hat, and how do we write this in the tens and ones. So everything was, it was fun, and they really enjoyed this. And one more activity which we shared was this worksheet. So that was like proverb, having number of consonants and number of vowels, subtraction. So subtract the number of vowels from the consonants. So they were doing it and they were enjoying it. So it was really fun. They had English as well as maths in this worksheet. So the feedback was, I can say that it enabled students and teachers to collect valid and accurate evidence of student learning. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. So I request Divya ma'am to take over.
Thank you, Kavita ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Divya from SSC School. I would like to continue with innovative assessment. Before me, Priyadashini ma'am has given objectives for innovative assessment. So directly, I'm moving to my topic. Since I'm a mathematics teacher, so I have taken this Prodigy. Prodigy is in form of game in mathematics. Students like to play games. Understands that in order to earn playtime, they must complete math tasks. They are able to complete math tasks that have been assigned by a teacher by playing a game. By doing this, finally, they come to know how to use Prodigy game to complete math tasks and interact with other students. Next. Prodigy is an engaging curriculum aligned math learning platform, specially designed like a game. When students are in Prodigy, then engagement with technology is of the highest quality and beneficial towards their growth with mathematics. Now we will move to the procedure, how we can log into the Prodigy. The teacher will show the students Prodigy video. Students navigate Prodigy, then students select the Play Prodigy button, upper right hand portion of their browser window. To enter their username and password, select Login button. The game will begin to load automatically. Students can create their own wizard with selective characters. So how they will get benefits from this Prodigy? Motivate students at all levels with Prodigy game, adaptive learning platforms. Engage students as they explore the Prodigy math game world where they can answer. The progress will be visualized for students, teachers, as well as for parents, and motivate math learning with powerful tools. We have implemented Prodigy in our school for grades 5, 6, and 7. Our sister principal felt happy for implementing this in our school and got good results and told that Prodigy helps children to stay engaged and motivated. It's a great support for the students to reach the highest levels of achievements. Prodigy team has conducted one maths tournament in that our children participated and won first, second, third prizes. Feedback from the students, you can hear from them directly here. Yes, ma'am.
My name is Usha Das from 6th Standard C section. Today, I would like to thank our CC school principal, my math teacher, and the Prodigy team for giving me the opportunity to play the Prodigy Math Gameathon. I really enjoyed the game. I not only helped to play the game but also increased my knowledge in maths. Thank you.
I'm Kevin Raman D'Souza from grade 6, RCC School, Bangalore. Prodigy is a teaching tool which I had fun playing and learning in it. It was enjoyable to practice much. It had made me excited for keep on winning next levels. I would really thank Prodigy and my maths teacher, Shushmita ma'am. Thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Devaki Ganapati, studying in 6th grade of RCC School. Today, I would like to share a feedback on Prodigy Math Game. Prodigy Math Game has made me involved and engaged me in solving different kinds of questions. And the questions were very innovative. Instead of playing a video game, I insist everyone to play Prodigy Math Game, which will improve our knowledge. I am thanking everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Hub, for giving me this opportunity to share innovative practices with you all. Now, I would like to invite Archita ma'am to take over the next topic. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Divya ma'am. Good morning, one and all. Good morning, principals and all my dear colleagues. So I'm going to continue with my colleagues just started with innovative practices. So my topic over here is assessment for learning. It's also called as formative assessments. So let us begin. My learning objective will be to guide student learning by implementing AFLs in the daily lessons. Now, what is AFL? As teachers, like what Soumya ma'am just went through the slide over there, we are always concerned, we're always worried, and a lot of thoughts come in our mind when we are teaching, whether the particular topic we are teaching today, is it making an impact in a particular student's mind? What are we going to share with the students today? Are they going to understand the particular topic? So this assessment for learning is an approach to teaching and learning that creates feedback in which improves the student's performance. So there are many benefits for AFLs. If a teacher is following or practicing AFLs in the class, it is very, very good for the students because it helps to gain their own personal self-knowledge. It helps them to become independent, critical thinkers, teamwork and collaboration can be seen because of AFL. So I'm going to share the couple of practices I practiced in this particular school, DPS. So can we see? First one is think, pair and share. This is one of the common practices which is practiced all around the world. Think, pair and share is a particular question or a particular task is given to a couple of students. It can be a group of students. It can be done in pair work or it can also be done individually. Now in the online platform, it is usually followed in an individual manner. So a particular question is thrown to the student and they will be given a couple of minutes to analyze, to research on this particular question. And later they come back with the answers and the solutions. This particular answers will be shared with a group of students or with the entire class. In this way, whatever knowledge, whatever research they've done, it will be followed up in the classes and they can know each other's work. They can enjoy the process. They can question each other. So it is a very important independent type of work which can be followed in the classes. There's one example over here. In this particular class over here, I had given the students into different tasks. One group of students to define volcanoes, another group of students to differentiate between the earthquake and volcanoes, and another group of students you can see over here is to draw a label diagram of a volcanic mountain. So I had given this particular boy a whiteboard axis and he's drawn this beautiful diagram of a volcanic mountain. He has labeled it and explained to the class. So in this way, he's sharing his knowledge, he's sharing the importance of each and every task in this particular topic. The second sample is regarding mountain building. It is a practical approach to the theory, what we are teaching in the class. So we can see this video over here. The child is sharing her knowledge regarding mountain building, example Himalayas.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show how to make a fold mountain using a pile of papers. All you need is a pile of papers. If you want, you can keep your paper ready also, just as I have done. So before making this fold mountain using a pile of papers, you need a sheet of paper. After that, you need to cut the paper in 3 or 4 equal parts. And then it's simple. We have to just fold it. So just a minute and I'll be back with the papers. Yeah, so I'm back with the papers. I have got 4 sheets, which I will be showing it to everyone. So as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 sheets. Okay, so we just need to put them on top of one another. I hope it is visible. If not, just a minute. Yeah. So I have put the papers in on top of one another. I will show it more better. So this is the papers. Now what we need to do, now our papers are ready. This is a pile of papers. So we have prepared a pile of papers. Now we have to push it from both the sides. So how will we do that? We will just put both the hands like this, and then we will do like this. So as you can see, we formed a mountain. This is a fold mountain. So it is very simple. You just need a pile of papers and it's ready. You just need to do like this.
Thank you, Soumya ma'am.
This is how.
This was a small task given by the student and how she has done a practical approach towards the fold mountain. So students can understand better regarding any topic we are learning in the class. The second strategy is a very common one. We follow it. It is the showing of the thumbs. It can be done in the beginning of a lesson. It can be done in the middle of a session or in the end of a session. So to understand the teachers, to understand the students' learning, it is very, very important. In our school, in DPS school, we have a very nice learning platform, which is called as Entrar. So we have this particular changing of status over there. The students who have understood the topic, they can change their status. They can either show a thumbs up, or if they've not understood the topic at all, they can show a thumbs down. So I tell my students whenever a small subtopic is over to change the status into thumbs up. So it shows that they've understood this particular topic. If a student has not understood the topic, they will always show me a thumbs down. So I have to redo the particular topic or go back and teach the particular the subtopic. Otherwise, I always tell my students, maybe a high achiever in the class, or maybe a student has completely got the particular topic, to reteach that topic to the other set of students. So in this way, we move forward only when all the students in the class know about the particular topic. The third one, that is a KWL chart. So what is KWL is? What do I know about this topic? What else should I want to learn more about this topic? And what have I learned about this topic? At the beginning of every chapter, I tell my students to write down what do they know about this topic. For example, about earthquakes. What do they know about the earthquakes? What are the importance of earthquakes? What is the definition of earthquakes? Later, they will write what do they want to know more about this topic, whether they want to learn about the strategies, the measures followed by different countries, what are the differences between the developed and developing parts of the countries. Then end of the chapter, when the complete journey of learning gets over with the chapter, then then I tell them to write what you have learned, a new thing in this particular chapter. So in this way, they can understand more about the topic, what I've learned in this, and also they can share their knowledge with the class. So this is a simple strategies I followed. Apart from it, there are many more strategies you can follow in the classes. There's entry and exit card. There is a summary of the topic, end of the chapter. There are post-its and many of the AFLs that we teachers should follow in the classes to help the student in their learning journey. So thank you so much. I take this opportunity to thank Hub for Education, my respected principal Anupama ma'am, Kavita ma'am, Ritu ma'am, and Soumya ma'am for this opportunity. Now I request Shubha ma'am to take over the session.
Thank you, Archita ma'am. Namaste. I'm Shubha from St. Sophia Convent, Nagarbavi. Students may not remember exactly what you did or what you said, but they always remember how you made them feel. That's what matters a lot. The words by Tommy Shea. I have best practice called PBL, that is project-based learning. It has been a very great experience working with students by adopting PBL, that is project-based learning. To start with, I would like to start my learning with the definition of PBL. Maybe go to the previous slide, ma'am. Thank you. Project-based learning is an instructional approach built upon learning activities and real tasks that will bring challenges for the students to solve. The objectives are very simple and also very productive. So for example, when we take up this project-based learning, it helps the students to develop in-depth knowledge of a topic. It helps students to use the critical thinking skills. Students are able to make a real-world connections and they would develop the 21st century skills. Instructional approaches to the students would be like students discover, they apply, and they present. Project-based learning is student-centered. It is self-directed. And also it helps the students or the learners in fulfilling all the 4 C's, that is critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. The outcomes of project-based learning are enormous. Project-based learning, it activates the prior knowledge of a student. Project-based learners tend to be more competent in information seeking skill than the traditional learners. Direction from the teachers would be reduced. Students take up the responsibilities in their own learning, which often increases the motivation. Learning is driven by challenging the open-ended problems. Social interaction among the students is developed. Coming to the feedback, PBL was welcomed and had a very positive feedback from the students. Students shared learning the topics by doing the projects is more interesting as they were exposed to many other linking topics. Many to mention, but one here I would like to mention, Prasad and his team shared their learning experience while working collaboratively. Thank you, Hub, for giving this opportunity to present. I would welcome Mr. Claret, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Shubha ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Before we go to vote of thanks, I would like to invite the principals of other HubNet schools to kindly share their feedback. Gitika ma'am, may we have you to share your valuable feedback?
Very well. Namaskara to everybody. And on behalf of Hub KK1175, I once again thank all the Hub members to have collectively collaborated and put on record a wonderful series, VIDYASHAKTHI, which covered various aspects like the happy classrooms, pre-primary pedagogy, art integrated education, innovative pedagogy, 21st century skills and action research. With the help of our principal colleagues, fellow colleagues, Anupama Madam, Veena Madam, Sister Shaibi, and Mahalakshmi Madam, all of us, we felt as pedagogical leaders that we need to now move forward and really show the Shakti, the power of our teachers who are executing all the wonderful, innovative strategies the CBSE is all telling us about. And today and the past 3 days are, examples for us to understand that so much more is happening at the classroom level, whether it is the online or offline or real time. There has been a plethora of activities, and we have seen creative thinking in action. We have seen innovation in our teachers in action. We have seen 21st century skills in action at the hub level. We have also done a lot of action research, consciously or unconsciously, the same steps principal colleagues and the coordinators went through when they did the plan, act, observe, and reflect part of it. All of that has been very overwhelming. I must say that we have proved that all that was happening at the capacity building programs of CBSE have percolated to a very deep level, and all teachers are actually, they are walking the talk. We can feel them talk about, and they have totally changed the radar, so to speak. They have totally changed the radar of teaching and learning. They're talking about real life application. They're talking about innovation, creative thinking. They're talking about digital innovation, assessments, pedagogy, innovation. I mean, that is the hallmark of teaching. And with all this, I personally feel our hub has made a dent in the education scenario in the city, at the country level. As Anupama Madam said, I think we are going to move forward and take it forward at the international level also. So teachers, you all have worked very hard, and such wonderful examples of assessments and innovative pedagogy that I'm repeating once again. And please, they say happiness shared is happiness devoured. And nowadays, the buzzword is energy, right? We talk about all kinds of energy medicine. So our knowledge is our energy, and please share it far and wide with everybody. Make groups change and exchange so that we can excellently deliver. I will talk about my journey with the hub. So all of us, we are now 3 years old. Our infancy period is over. Now we are entering school age, and we have entered, and we know that these 3 years are going to be, next 3 years are going to be extremely formative in nature. And we worked, because for us it was, what is collaboration? We need to work. It takes time to build collaboration, to understand, to trust each other. And then we worked on Vidya, we worked on Utkarsh last year, as was told by Anupama Madam in the opening remarks, where we weren't virtual. We were going on uncharted territories. We went on virtual to another state, and children participated, and the rigor was brought out. We had levels of competitions from one level to another level, and we saw that there was a massive movement of the quality that children had showcased. So we had Utkarsh last year. This year we talked about VIDYASHAKTHI. So this particular series has taken a lot of incubation period, gestation period, about 4 months, and by ourselves, we are just a tiny dot. But when we all connect together, when we network, as it's said in the Gestalt psychology, the sum is greater than the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. So that is where we are today. And all this is going to go on YouTube, and we're going to share it and move forward for another session. I think teachers, you were wonderful. You talked about, I just want to say, like, for an example, the teacher is using digital mode to assess. That is even a step better to learning. I would call it assessment as learning. So assessment of learning, for learning, and off learning, we are all familiar. But when you talk out instant responses you got, instant thumbs up you got, or in way or down, or your status position, it is, like assessment as learning. While we are learning, we are assessing ourselves. So fantastic showcase of real good practices. I think great practices for great learning outcomes is the outcome of this series of VIDYASHAKTHI. I thank all my principal colleagues once again, and bear with me for my long torn talk, which I can't help, but this is an excitement in me, which, made me talk and talk and talk. Sometimes we love our voice. Thank you very much. Congratulations to our dear coordinators. So we will begin with Prema Madam, with Priyadashni Madam, with Soumya Madam, with all of us who have worked together, and being the Monica Madam, the Sutradhar for the respective schools. I once again thank everybody on behalf of Hub KK1175. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Gitika ma'am. Your words means a lot. And I must say that whenever you put a thought in the meeting, the first reaction that we have is, okay, now how are we going to make it happen? But yes, with continuous meetings, and we all the coordinators would discuss that, how will it happen? How will it happen? How will it work out? But yes, you are the driving force of our hub, and I have no hesitation in saying that you somehow bring the impossible to make it happen, and it becomes possible. Last year it was the same with Utkarsh, and this year VIDYASHAKTHI. So I'm sure all the teachers of the other schools now would be waiting that what is this hub going to come up with next year. So and I'm sure now we have to keep the benchmark.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Gitika ma'am. Thank you, Anupama ma'am, for always motivating. I don't know how many times I have called ma'am and told ma'am, how will it happen? How will it happen? And ma'am has always motivated. So thank you so much, principals. You all are just the role models, and without y'all, the hub would just, collapse. It's like that. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Can I have Mahalakshmi ma'am from St. Sophia? Ma'am, if you're there in the meeting, to share a few words. Any other teacher from St. Sophia? Coordinator ma'am. Okay. From Assisi School? Sunita ma'am.
Chandraprabha ma'am is there. Chandraprabha ma'am is there, ma'am, I think.
Yes. Sunita ma'am, can you unmute Chandraprabha ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, sure. All the participants can unmute.
Thank you so much, Soumya ma'am. And very, very happy morning to all the dearest principals of JSS Public School, Mrs. Gitika ma'am, principal of DPS, Mrs. Anupama Ramachandra ma'am, principal of SSC, Shaibi ma'am, and principal of Dia Academy, Veena ma'am. So very, very happy morning to all dearest principals. And as Soumya was speaking about the Utkarsh and this year's VIDYASHAKTHI, very, very best wishes. And as I second with Soumya that, next year, what next? So this VIDYASHAKTHI is also very wonderfully coming up. We all teachers are in run, and it is coming up so very well. Our practices, our putting up together and bringing that in this VIDYASHAKTHI platform under each pedagogies is the most beautiful thing that's happened this year. So very best wishes to all the dear teachers. And on this platform, I take the opportunity to thank Gitika ma'am, who was, putting us into run and bringing up this pedagogies, whatever we are bringing up in the learning process of our students is very beautifully processed, implemented, planned well, so well, and designed so well, to bring the student fraternity to the best learning methodologies that each teacher come up with her innovatives. Thank you all, and best wishes to all the dear teachers on regarding this process of learning. And also thank you all the principals to backing us up with good things and helping us and motivating us and inspiring us to do the best. Thank you so much, teachers, and thank you all dearest principals. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandraprabha ma'am.
Hello, Soumya ma'am. It's
Monica. Yes, Mahalakshmi ma'am. Good morning. Very
happy
good morning,
Soumya ma'am. Happy morning to all the participants. So I am Mahalakshmi from St. Sophia Convent High School principal. So first of all, I would like to a big thanks to Mrs. Anupama ma'am, Anupama Ramachandra ma'am, who was a motivator, and also a beloved Geetika Karola madam, who was always a direction to us and motivation to all of us. So madam is so enthusiastic, so proactively she brought about VIDYASHAKTHI program in all of the educators. It was for the teachers and by the teachers, which was well presented by all the educators in the VIDYASHAKTHI series. I would like to thank Geetika ma'am, who was a strong pillar behind us, because each educators were not known to each other. It is through collaboration, it is through motivation by all the principals, colleagues who have brought this VIDYASHAKTHI series. So a big congratulations to all of the principal colleagues of Hub of Learning, KK1175. A big congratulations to all the educators, all the participants. So it was well presented, very good effort from all the educators to bring in the pedagogy to the participants and the audience and to the educators. So thank you so much, Soumya ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to speak here. It was a wonderful session. Maybe in the coming years, with the collaboration with Geetika Karola madam, we will take up many more sessions in the same manner, and we will do our best to make a difference in a child's well-being also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mahalakshmi ma'am. Sister Shaivi is there with us. Yes, sister, very good morning.
A pleasant and a warm good morning to all the principals and all the coordinators and all the teachers. I'm very happy and enjoyed well all the sessions arranged by KK1175. The different ways they brought up the various ideas. It was very encouraged, very inspiring. And I'm very sure that we all are learning from each other. And something incredible happens when teamwork happens the way it's supposed to happen. Things changes when everyone on the team is equally invested in the overall purpose and goal. So the collaborative practices make us more powerful. So today's session was wonderful and amazing. And hearty congrats to all the present performers and to all the principals, and very especially Geetika ma'am, one who is guiding us in every moment. So it was very innovative and very systematically everything is organized. So a big thanks to all the principals and to all the coordinators and to Soumya ma'am. A big thanks to providing me one chance to share a few words here. Thank you. Thanks to all.
Thank you so much, sister, for your kind words. From DIA Academy, we have Monica ma'am, who is the coordinator. Monica ma'am. Monica ma'am, are you there?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, good morning, Monica ma'am. You are.
Good morning, everyone. First, I would like to share today's feedback. Congratulations to the principal, coordinator, and the presenter of DPS Electronic City for such a wonderful session The session was really enriching and lots of insights and lots of takeaways. Just wanted to talk about this pandemic. This pandemic actually has taught and brought us much closer to the technology. We teachers have adapted to this technology so well that we always think how our students can be benefited and understand better sitting at home, who are taking up the online classes. Today's session was very enriching. A big congratulations to DPS Electronic City. Thank you. And now coming to this VIDYASHAKTHI program, a very, very thank you to our Gitika ma'am, who is the lead principal of the school and who takes up such kind of initiatives and motivate us. She is actually a torch bearer of our hub. She always guide us and want to do something new each and every year. That actually motivate us in doing something new. So VIDYASHAKTHI is such an initiative from our hub, and it has actually provided a platform to empower the teacher with all the 4 C's, which are actually required for the 21st century skill. The 4 C's, the teachers also need it to empower themselves and to upgrade themselves so that they can enact as a facilitator, guide, and mentor. And ultimately, we are doing everything for our students who are again the future of our country. Thank you, Gitika ma'am, and thank you coordinators and also principals of the other members of the school. Thank you for giving us the opportunity and collaborate in such a special way and making this VIDYASHAKTHI such a grand success. Thank you all.
Thank you, Monica ma'am. May I request Anupama ma'am, our principal, to share her feedback with all of us. Ma'am, please.
Thank you very much, Soumya. So as we come to the end of today's session on innovative pedagogy, I must firstly congratulate all the schools and the presenting teachers today. It was very empowering and educating even for me, although I've been in teaching for quite some years, how you are using simple techniques to bring in enhanced learning in your classrooms. That is my takeaway, that many times in education, when I was younger, a little more inexperienced, I would always be overwhelmed with the words that would be used, when I was newly doing my B.Ed or I took up teaching for the first time. In the initial years, I would be very overwhelmed with a lot of things that I would hear. Pedagogy was one such word. I would always be confused with because some of them said pedagogy, some of them said pedagogy. I used to always wonder, what is this pedagogy? And people who know me well know that I like to simplify everything in life. So I just understood that pedagogy is nothing but the how of teaching and not the what of teaching. So it's got nothing to do with content. It's about how you transact the content in the classroom. So the how of teaching is the pedagogy. And innovative pedagogy is nothing but doing something out of the ordinary, not for the sake of being different, but to bring in better experiences with lesser effort. So, 3 things to be remembered with innovative pedagogy, which all of you have reiterated. One is that you don't do things the same monotonous way. That is the first one. The second one is, of course, that it has to have an impact or an effect. When you do it, there should be an outcome, and the outcome should always be, firstly, for the benefit of the child and, of course, for the teacher also. So it should be enhanced classroom experiences as far as the teaching learning process is concerned. And thirdly, it should simplify the entire process. Otherwise, nobody will take up innovative pedagogy if it means more work. So keep these tips in mind, because today, like for example, I was so enamored by what Soumya showed, how you can conduct the pH experiment from your home digitally. Because way back in my days, we had to drop the, of course, we had the litmus paper test, but whatever we had to drop, even if one drop is more, they would say your titration is gone. Now you have to do it all again. The pipette and the burette, all that we would do. So it just took me back, and I said, oh my God, I should have been born in this era. Yeah, so that, I could get the benefit of all these innovative pedagogy strategies that teachers have discussed. Anyway, I'm glad to be empowering educators today with whatever we know. So my dear educators, like I told, this is not the end, but the beginning. This was just to introduce you to all these progressive concepts that NEP also talks about. So do not think that now hub of learning activity is over. So now let's get back to our usual routine. Nothing about you teaching in your classroom should be usual from now on. If we have been able to do that change in your thought process, I'm sure we will keep inspiring you to bring about a change in the way you do things, also in your actions also. So I would like to congratulate all the member schools, all the fellow principals, all the teachers who put in so much of hard work to make VIDYASHAKTHI a grand success. The 5-day Mela, I would say, is coming to an end. It always has mixed emotions. We are relieved that it's over, but we would also miss the camaraderie that all of you shared. So many sessions you all had together. And I see my teachers taking the names of their fellow teachers from other schools like as if they are in our school only. And I have to ask them that, who is this you're talking about? Ma'am, she is a teacher from ACC. She is a teacher from JSS. So that is what I love most about that so many human connections were made. So please make use of these connections for improved professional development, and may the spirit of learning always continue. Thank you all once again for your active participation and contribution to the field of education. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your words. And may I now request Clarissa from Assisi to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, all. I deemed it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable digital learning, innovative assessment, and project-based learning session. First and foremost, I thank to KK1175 Hub for giving an best opportunity to all the educators to showcase their talents in such a memorable event. My sincere thanks to Geetika Madam, Principal JSS and lead collaborator, Anubaba Madam, Principal DBS Electronic City, respected Reverend Sister Shaibi, my principal, who gave me an opportunity to participate with the other educator in such a lead collaborator events. Veena Anil Ma'am, Principal Dia Academy, Mahalakshmi Ma'am, Principal Saint Sophia Convent, for all your guidance and support throughout these days. I extend my thanks to all participation this event. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a successful one. I would like to thank the technical team, those who are working behind it, to become the event as a wonderful, successful event. Last but not least, my heartfelt thanks to all my team members. My special thanks to Soumi Saji Madam. Amidst she is tested positive, she organized several run-through to make this event as a great success. Once again, I extend my warm welcome and my warm thanks to each and everyone for patiently hearing from us. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Over to Soumi.
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering the vote of thanks. I would like to thank each member for joining us on a Saturday morning. We have taken more than 1 hour. Thank you so much. We believe that it was a fruitful session for you all and there were many takeaways. Thank you once again to all the principals of our hub schools for making this happen. It was a great learning for all of us, and may we all continue to take it forward. Thank you so much. A gentle reminder to fill the feedback form before you log out from the session. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So maybe
Thank you,
silent claps from all, since I'm into scouting and guiding, we can do this silent claps. This way you have to just wave in the air. So that's silent claps. Because silence speaks, I personally feel. Thank you so much, everybody, and hope to meet again soon.
Thank you, ma'am.
for the final this year's meeting in March. It will happen. Thanks once again.
Thank you.
Sign off.
You.
Bye-bye. All this will be available, the YouTube links. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, ma'am.
Well done, all of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Actually, it was, we didn't imagine it will reach this level of performance, because having seen things, we were silent workers, quiet workers. I think we have done very well.
Sometime your visualization will come true, ma'am.
No, this is the easiest to visualize. Dream is easy, but you have to execute, to make it happen. That is because we have really fantastic team of schools, very seasoned principals, supporting coordinators. Visioning is easy, so the mission is difficult. Vision is easy, isn't it, Anupama madam?
Yes, ma'am.
Mission is difficult.
Ma'am, with the leaders like you people, it's very easy for us to sail through.
I'm really humbled. I'm really humbled, but this hub thing, it's a transitory designation, lead, collaborator, and all that hub itself has made it very clear. So it's just that it's a collaborative thing. So we do it. That's amazing. Now, next session, what we will do will come from the teachers, isn't it, Anupama?
Ma'am, we'll go out. We should go out to celebrate.
I have already suggested this idea to Anupama madam.
Yeah. Geetika ma'am has already given me that.
Yeah, I've already suggested. So the earlier the better, right? That will be our meeting come celebration, celebrating life.
Yes.
Thank you, friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Bye.
all.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Thank you for the beautiful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Soumya, the YouTube live and recording can stop, I think.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Binsu ma'am and Shrikant sir, thank you so much for all the help. Ma'am, can we end the meeting?
Yes, Soumya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Ma'am, you can end the meeting.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Ma'am, you can leave, ma'am. He will end. That our main host is outside only. He will end the meeting.
You remove it one by one.
can end the meeting.
Yes, sorry.